Yo, yo, hope everyone's good out there. Peace, much peace to all out here and they're living here. Just like trying to spread the message. I want to keep this shit going. Trying to keep the content coming. I don't know how it's going. The last one that came out didn't come through straight. Maybe there was a bit of a delay. And it didn't kick through, but at least here we are. Anyway, just something simple I wanted to do today was as we keep it going, I've got a book on Garveyism. I hope you are familiar with Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the honourable leader of the UNIA. Um, and yeah, to me, he's a role model, at least to say. So I'm fortunate enough to have a book here, just signed by his former partner Amy Jacques Garvey. And what I was just gonna do is just like read the prelude or preface of it, and just like hopefully for those who are unaware of Garvey and his plight, might just open your eyes. Actually, if you just look fucking, oops, sorry for that language. Just look up there. Which way do we go? Yeah, that book up there. That's actually a biography of his. Another one. That's the Fijian flag in the background. Anyway, just get with that. Start reading. But most of all, I hope you're all feeling good out there, feeling bright, feeling strong, and just like focused on what you want to do in life and just planning for those goals. Let's get at it. Alright, this is what was written by Amy Garvey in a preface. Dear reader, during the year 1926, while my husband, Marcus Garvey, was incarcerated in Atlanta Federal Prison, USA, I published 2 volumes of his speeches and writings entitled The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. Because no white publisher would do the work, I had to go on several lecture tours to raise the money to pay for the printers, as it was a cash transaction. I also had to proofread and distribute and sell the books. It was important that his words and works should be recorded, and at his request, hundreds of books were mailed to important persons, libraries, and institutions of learning all over the world, as well as to senators and congressmen of the United States of America, so that they could know the truth about Garveyism. The facts that led up to the campaign, Garvey must go, by his jealous rivals, and which ended in his imprisonment and finally deportation. At the time of his death in 1940, 300 books were left. Knowing our financial position, the Secretary General of the UNIA offered to sell them in America. I shipped all the books to her, never received a cent from her, and after months of inquiries was told that the President General took them from her and sold them. He never remitted the money to me. Within recent years, I have made repeated requests to the executives of the parent body UNIA in America to advance the monies necessary for a reprint of the books at an interest of 7%, but this has never materialized, and no publisher will undertake the same. That is why the Philosophy and Opinions is still out of print. As African nations emerge from colonialism, the clamor is even greater for books on Garvey. Very often, I have to teach the answer questionnaires from assistant students, teachers, and political aspirants. So in 1958, I wrote this short bibli- biographical volume, Garvey and Garveyism. Tried to get a publisher and failed. Now at the close of 1962, realizing that when I pass on much of the authentic story of his life, it will be lost. I appealed to an old stalwart member of the UNIA in America, and he consented to loan more than half of the cost of the printing, and another member has promised to lend a few $100s. Dear reader, I have related the above so that you will know the amount of work and responsibility I have to publish this book, sell them, and repay the loans of interest. You can help by asking others to buy a book. Amy Jacks Garvey, widow of Marcus Garvey. Now, I think that's, you know, a very beautiful, heartfelt statement, deep down honesty. And this was like written in the 60s, I'd say. I think um, yeah, 63 copyright for this one. So 60 years, 60, 70 years, and it's still, kind of hidden under. It's hard to find writings like this. Much peace to Huey, much peace to I am Laureate Ray. So, but I don't know if you just joined us, but yeah, man, we're just keeping this thing rolling. Hope everybody's good. Huey, if you want to jump on, bro, like, I don't know, I'll try to do this thing, figure it out. I'm new to this StreamYard and YouTube, so I don't know how to send a link, but if you could type in the thing, what do I just go this? Come in and see. Yo, alright, that should be dope. If you two want to come up, it'd be awesome, but if not, it's all good. Anybody out there, before I forget, like, hit the like, share, sub, hit the bell, comment. I want mature input and just motivate, keep going. I'm all about that artistic movement, creative mindset, and I've always been like that. Straight up advocate for the ganja. Just looking at myself, I'm looking through down there. I gotta look straight up in the camera and shit, but it's still cool. Whatever. I'll go back into here and see if someone wanted to hit up. Nah, no, yeah, we just got Bucket, Huey, and my man. I hope you guys are both good. Are you guys from USA? Hello, hit. I'll continue with the book for sure. I just thought like now I'd read that. Like before I'd wanted to be reading chapters and stuff. I might get into that, doing that. Like read a chapter every once a week or something. Because it's deadly deep information. A lot of people are so unaware and ignorant. Not ignorant, but just unaware to these facts and situations, realities of what went down. It's quite a shame, really. It's quite a shame. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna keep chilling out here for a while. I think we lost someone, but it's so good. I'll stay on here for a while. If anyone wants to jump up, jump up. So, yeah, I mean, it's Marcus Mosai Garvey. spouse, Amy Jacques Garvey, born 1896, passed 1973, February, no, July 25th, 1973 in Kingston. I just check out the main man. I mean, legendary reggae songs, the birth of the, you know, Rasta movement was in somewhat based on Marcus Garvey and Selassie. So, him, the great man, born August 17th, 1887, in St. Anne's Bay, Jamaica. Unfortunately, passed on 10th of June 1940 in West Kensington, London, United Kingdom. So, yeah, to me, he's always been a very aspirational man. Yeah, and actually, while I'm on that topic, having around, like, people also looked up to Gandhi quite a lot, and they hold him with very high stature. Me personally, I definitely disagree with that, and I think people need to look into a gentleman named Bimrao, or Dr. Bimrao Ambedkar. I'll spell that. It's Dr. Bimrao Ambedkar. He was like he wrote the first Constitution of India after partition. But if you do realize anything about how it goes on over there, they've got a caste system, and he was from the lowest of the low. And for someone to come out and rise against that, I think it's quite amazing. And Gandhi was trying to talk for those lowly people, but really he was just trying to keep them in that lowly sense. Create the division. Um, yeah. So I don't know what time we got around the world. What do we got here? We got like it's 8:30 Sunday. Uh, in Australia, but yeah, man, I'm digging it. I'm gonna start doing this. I got a lot of musical content to get out. I just gotta figure the software and how to share, how to be able to put like beats through straight without running them through it and a piece of hardware before it comes through, and then add a mic on top. Or I could just play straight a bounce down file, but that's not really what to do. Even just pick up the guitar and start strumming through, man. Just gotta keep going, doing it all the time, and have people come up, man. I love that. If any other instrument musicians out there that want to come jam, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I know we got like Rumpelstiltskin out there, face plant. He likes his I think it's clarinet. So you know, that's the way we do it. Huey's definitely knows what I'm talking about on that one. Yeah, much peace to all the content makers actually out there that have inspired, um, this movement. So, like, I don't want to mention names because people might have some feelings and stuff, but you know who you are. If I watch you, I'm always typing. So, like, it's always sincere. But sort of get this thing moving. Be the way to go. what have we had? Yeah, I don't really follow the politics and stuff too much around Australia and whatnot. Not even America, man. Britain, it's just not my interest. I should stay a little bit more aware of it. I'll follow, try and do my own thing. As I said, the same sort of thing I'll get onto, man. If no one's in there, man, I'll just save my morals and things like look inside yourself, find your direction, and follow that path. You gotta follow your intuition, believe in yourself, harness your inner energy and trust it. Like, you know, you know what's right, you know what's best for you. Don't get distracted by people pulling you away because they can't see which way your vision is allowing you to encompass what you've thought. Like most deaf. I mean, that is hard. Like, I'm not trying to say I got all the right answers, are perfect and whatnot. I've been through some things, I can't say I've been through, like, as I always like to put, we got first world problems in these developed countries, like it's not a true struggle. Well, like it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, first world, if you understand what I'm saying, first world problems, you understand what I'm saying. So, like, but, I got, it's not about that. It's not about focusing on what that's what's going to make you learn from those past and just keep stepping up. A lot of people are going to be there to distract you because they're going to learn these new ways and they don't realize what the outcome is, but they're going to try and take advantage of whoever they can at that certain point. It might be a few years later or even a supposed terrible situation which brings them to the light of day, but hey, that's what it's going to take. You know what I mean? I was fortunate enough to, seen quite a bit, but get out and like I'm still friends with a lot of people, but I would not be involving myself in some of the extreme activity. That's for sure. It's not really worth it. Although you got a lot of people out there that even, for some reason, it's all they know. They love that life. Like, so, some people put that down to parenting, socioeconomic um, environments, but I'm not really sure to say that. Like I was even talking to him, like was about uh, private education, but public education. I was talking to a friend yesterday. It's a bit of both. He says it's a big advantage, and I've got a brother that has, and he's doing really well in corporate finance. But I've also known someone to go. For many people, full go through private education at high school level, and end up in jail on narcotics. Some dead. So it's obviously good and bad in each corner. But just try and be the best you can. And what's good for you. Don't push the limit. Be realistic. Just one step at a time. Think before you move. Think about others. So, you know, I don't know, like, well, maybe, there's not many people in here who are just chilling out. It must be like sleep time. What is the time, boy, of the world? Let's have a look. Or unless I'm putting everybody to sleep. Bleh. Uh, it's morning over there in the UK. And early morning. So a few of my hours is full. People be up around. It's very early morning in East Coast America. Um, midnight in Athens and 10 a.m. in UK. Yeah, much peace to all the people at Clapham Junction, Wallace Close. You know what I mean? I spent a bit of time there. Plough Road is most dope, most dope. But yeah, peace to everybody out there, man. Fucking all the people in Fiji, most definitely, man. Vasaru, Ravi. If you're out there, if anybody hears that you got relatives in Fiji, you know, much blessed up to all the Fiji. Like, the world needs to know the story, actually, of Fiji, man. It's like, wow, it's amazing. It's such a small island, total population of 1 million people. Entered the Olympics for the first time, and the prior ones that just went past became gold medalists of the Rugby World Sevens World Champions. You know, I think that's an amazing feat, considering it's just pure talent and passion. The training facilities are not comparable to all the top tier nations, but they still come through really good. So I'd like people to just take a little bit of time, recognize that fact. I'm most proud of that. Most proud, as everybody is over there. But yeah, I think it's a bit early. Is anybody in the house, bro? I'm just like much peace to Huey though. Rocking up. I think he rocked out. Um, Probably in the bed. Anyway, what would I do here? I see. Alright. Can do it a little bit. Can do it a little bit. So that's how you split if you get a few people up. So split. I'm gonna learn how to play my best. So I don't know what happened there. Let's try to add a banner. And oh, here we go. Bang. So you go, music is expression. That's pretty cool. That's something about StreamYard. You could hide that up if you want, but it is most totally, most definitely. Um, and to get back on point where I was at the beginning of the stream, reading that preface, like, you know, we gotta honor this man, research him, whoever you are, whichever way, give him the respect for what he did and what he pushed for in the unfortunate circumstances of his passing. You know, like what could be said? You know, you could call him a champion, but I don't even think that falls short, bro. Falls short. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at, man. And if you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you should read about it, and you true queen. All right, summing up, man. You know, harness that energy inside yourself. Find it. You know, uh, don't dwell on it, but explore it. Don't be afraid of it. Stay there. Find out which way, what makes it twig, what makes it work. Like, let it grow. You know, meditate, breathe. Breathing is important, mostly important. Finding that inner peace sanctum, because that's all it is. The answer, I believe, is truly inside. You know, you might be get caught up in distractions of, hey, 9 to 5, get the bills paid, gotta wake up, gotta do this, especially with social media, making it so instant. And, you know, if you're not up to date, then you're not with it. Well, hey, I prefer to wait and get my stuff on course so when it's ready to go, it will be with it. You know what I mean? You should feel that. Everybody feels that they're good at something. So, you know, and even if you're not practice, find something you like. And, you know, a lot of people who are just naturally talented, they can't just pull that all the time. They got to practice every day, all day to perfect and stay on top. So, you know, if you just go liking and you practice and you practice and you practice, your skills will improve. No diggity doubt. But yeah, man, like it must be early around the world. And anyone who catches this, much peace as always. Just another reminder. Remember the man Marcus Messiah Garvey and his family, his tradition, what he stands for. Respect everybody. You know, live with peace, live with honor. That's how we do it. Follow it, you know. Find your creative path. Even if you're not creative. Well, I wouldn't know what to say, but I'd probably say try and hang around some creative people and spark maybe a little bit of new interest, but you know, finds people's expressions, not just everybody's mundane. Hello, how are you passing on the street? So, I mean, even to me, like a lot of people, it's kind of like nowadays you walk down the street, people get freaked out. If you say, how you going, a lot of people just, yep, how are you? Nod their head, walk past. And if you were to stop and actually listen sincerely, go, well, how are you? What's been happening in your day? They'd be shocked and they wouldn't have the time for you, which I think is quite, well, hypocritical because if you're going to ask somebody how are you, you want to be sincere about it and then you want to know. I mean, you know, you should at least have the courtesy to answer them properly. But maybe that's just not Maybe I'm thinking some randomness. Yeah, to all the, lot of lot of people I've had a lot of experience with, so like, to be proud, but just being truthful with narcotics and things like that in my time as a youth and up till now. Definitely hip hop advocate, fan of that expression. I find that energy. I'm a very quiet person, but spit with mad energy and fire on tapes and through musical expression. But yeah, just to see the way that the drug abuse has sort of popped its way back into hip hop as a cool thing. I don't know, like, I wouldn't be one to say, oh, don't do it, because if somebody told me that when I was that age, I'd just tell them probably, what are you talking about? You never stepped there, so hey, it's my life. I've never done it, I'm going to try. Fair enough. Everything in moderation. Nothing, everything in moderation in the right environment. If you know what it is and it's pure substance, um, it's an experience. It's not a harm. But once it gets to the stage that you are no longer in control of the drug's in control of you, then I think, well, you're already beyond the point of it is a problem, and that is not a cool thing, and that is a very unfortunate, true, um, and very often recurring reality of what happens. To if you're lucky, a lot of people lose their life. Families are destroyed. Ganja, I am a complete advocate for. Alcohol, cigarettes, not as much so. But hey, that's the way the world is. That's the way it is. But cool. I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm just gonna do my thing. And I said I'm gonna come keep rolling with this thing. This is day two. I gotta get myself in gear, man. I got a skill to do it, so do it. Get some more equipment, get some advice, link with like-minded people, and just keep following on, man. Building. So we gotta do step by step. Start that foundation, make it strong. Excuse me. So then the base will be, you know, solid, unbreakable, man. That's all you want to do. As long as you're there making a career, that's another part. When I was young, I don't know, young, like 18, 16, 17, trying to doing the music. My parents weren't so much into that. They wanted me to study and sort of thing because they came from Fiji and they would really want me to make something of myself like this way because it's very hard over there if you don't have an education. But hey, those thoughts of being a $1 million pop star, just like having a record deal, that's kind of fantasy. It's not realistic, and it's not the end all the be all. Like a lot of those people don't really end up great. They get to tour everywhere, but they're told what to do. They do what they want. Especially nowadays with the way music industry is changing, it's all about streaming independence. As long as you've got that dope sound and you're willing to put in the work to sharp polish it up and get it out, push hard, get an authentic fan base. If only if you have literally to work out numbers. If you're constantly putting out material and they're willing to buy um, your material, then 1,000 people would really be all you need if you just putting stuff out every month. And a lot of people have a lot more than that, so it's up to you. Just get it out there, keep it going, and if it's dope, it's gonna be heard. It's gonna work. Believe in it. So which I know do. So, and I'm here to like to go up and really love to pull that bridge, man. UK, Fiji Islands, Australia, US, and just get that mindset out there. We all got the same thing. We're going through the same issues. Face it every day. See it. We know it. Just gotta speak it and get it out. We're building. Some people out there building beautifully, and much props to them. Continued pride, progress, prosperity, as always, man. Much peace. And to all those people out there who check this out, stay strong, stay alive, keep going. Look forward to seeing a lot of new people's streams. It's probably early out there, but hey, and I hope you look forward to checking in on this one. Again, I'll come up with a new idea. I'll do some things. I'll study it out and figure it out. Get some new. Hopefully, be able to get some audio going through here. But yeah. Once again, as I've got, tell a friend, please, if you would, subscribe, spread the news. I'm trying to build this base. As I said, I'm just trying to just do the thing anyway. But just just gotta keep going with that content. If I hit 1,000 subs, I'll be ecstatic. Obviously, you're gonna keep going and going. But my first goal is to get to there. Then I want to start pumping out content, a lot. But really, you should just be doing it anyway. But so that's why I've just started. But hey, yeah, let's tell you my life story. Much peace again. Stay strong, stay good, stay wise, be respectful, love yourself, love life, respect your elders, and do what you do. That's it, man. Do you. Peace always, and peace to that ganja herbs that are healing of the nation. Roll that high grade all day. Get your mind right. And express, express, express. If you don't know what I'm saying, then you won't know what I'm saying. But if you do, check it out. You know what I mean? Much love, much peace. Catch you on the flip.